Hello friends, in plant physiology we are studying transpiration, and in transpiration we already studied mechanism of opening and closing of stomata to the previous lecture. Now we are going to study factors affecting such transpiration, then significance of such transpiration, antitranspirants, and then another phenomenon, guttation and exudation. Of this, first we discuss about factors affecting transpiration. The factors which affect transpiration are of two types, such as external factors and internal factors. First we discuss about external factors. The external factors which affect transpiration are temperature, light, humidity, atmospheric pressure, water content of the soil and air current. Of these, the first factor is temperature. Temperature is directly proportional to rate of transpiration. Means when temperature is increases, then transpiration is also increases. Second factor is light. Light is also directly proportional to transpiration, because if light is increases, then temperature is increases, and when temperature is increases, then rate of transpiration is also increases. Similarly, in presence of light, stomata get open. Understand? It means that in light, stomata get open and start transpiration. Then third one is atmospheric humidity. Atmospheric humidity is inversely proportional to rate of transpiration. Means when in atmosphere humidity is increases, then rate of transpiration is decreases, and if humidity is decreases, rate of transpiration is increases. It means that humidity is inversely proportional to rate of transpiration. Next is atmospheric pressure. Such atmospheric pressure is also inversely proportional to transpiration. If atmospheric pressure is increases, then transpiration is decreases, and if atmospheric pressure is decreases, transpiration is increases, rate of transpiration is increases. It means that it is inversely proportional to rate of transpiration. Then water content of the soil. Plant can lose water when plant absorb sufficient water, and plant absorb sufficient water when such water is available in soil. Understand? Means if water is available in soil, then rate of transpiration is increases. And last one is air current. Air current is directly proportional to rate of transpiration. If air current is increases, then rate of transpiration is increases. But at very high wind velocity, stomata gets closed and transpiration stop. This is about external factors. Then we discuss about external factors. Internal factors. This is about external factors, and these are internal factors. Internal factors are size of leaves, then coating of cuticle, number and size of stomata, and water content of mesophyll cell. Of this, first we discuss about size of leaves. The rate of transpiration is increases with size of leaves. If size of leaf is increases, then rate of transpiration is increases. Then coating of cuticle. Coating of cuticle reduces rate of transpiration. If cuticle is thick, it decreases transpiration. If cuticle is thin, transpiration is increases. Next is number and size of stomata. Transpiration is increases with number and size of stomata. Means if number of stomata is increases, then rate of transpiration is increases. If size of stomata is increases, then rate of transpiration is increases. And last one is water content of mesophyll cell. If water is present in mesophyll cell, abundant water is present in mesophyll cell, then rate of transpiration is increases. This is about factors affecting transpiration. Then we discuss about significance of such transpiration. Such phenomenon, transpiration, is very important phenomenon in plant life because there are many significance to such transpiration. The first significance is that circulation of water in the plant. Due to such transpiration, there is circulation of water in plant body and different substances transported in plant due to such transpiration. Then the second significance is that absorption of minerals and distribution of minerals in plant. Absorption of mineral from soil is possible due to transpiration. Understand? Otherwise, absorption of mineral and their distribution is impossible. Third is that such transpiration helps the plant in regulating temperature. Temperature of plant body is maintained due to the phenomenon of transpiration. Then transpiration, the most important significance is that such transpiration is necessary evil. It means that such transpiration is essential for life of plant, but such transpiration is dangerous also. If there is scarcity of water and plant lose water continuously, then such plant will die. Understand? Understand? But for other these functions of the plant, for other functions of the plant, such transpiration is essential. It means that such transpiration is essential but dangerous also. These are the significance of transpiration. Then we discuss about anti-transpirant. Anti-transpirants are the chemical substances. When we apply these chemical substances, they reduce transpiration. Anti-transpirants are the chemical substances. When we apply these chemical substances on plant, they reduces transpiration. These chemical substances are called anti-transpirant. These chemical substances are called anti-transpirants. These anti-transpirants are of two types, such as group first and group second. These anti-transpirants are of two types, such as group first and group second. First we discuss about group first. This group includes waxes, colorless plastic, then silicone oils. When we spray these substances on plant, they form a thin film on surface of plant and reduces transpiration. Understand? This group includes waxes, substances like waxes, then liquid plastic. When we spray these substances on plant, they form a thin film on surface of the plant and transpiration is reduces. Then group second. This group includes chemical substances like phenyl mercuric acid, abscisic acid. These chemical, when we apply on the plant, they causes or stomata get closed. These chemical close the stomata, and as the stomata get closed, then transpiration there is reduction in transpiration. Understand? Understand? This is about such anti-transparent. There are some, or anti-transparent have some limitations, because in some cases they affect the plant. Therefore, the ideal anti-transparent should have some features. The ideal anti-transparent should have some features. The first and very important feature is that they should be non-toxic to the plant. Such chemical substance must be non-toxic to the plant. Second, they should not cause permanent damage to stomatal apparatus. They should not cause a permanent damage to stomata. Then third feature is that the effect should be specified on guard cell, not on other cell. Their effect, when we apply this anti-transparent, their effect must be on guard cell, not other cell. And next feature is that the anti-transparent chemical should be cheap and easily available. And the last feature is that they should not cause any side effect or pollution in nature. This is about anti-transparent. Then we discuss about guttation and exudation. These are two important phenomena like transpiration. Of this, first we discuss about such guttation. Such guttation is defined as loss of water in liquid form from uninjured tip or margin of the leaf is known as guttation. Loss of water. See, transpiration is loss of water in vapor form. But in guttation, there is loss of water in liquid form. From where? From tip or margin of the leaves of the plant is called guttation. Understand? We know that in winter season, we found the drops at the tip of the leaves of many plants. This is called guttation. This is about guttation, or the guttation takes place through specialized structure called hydathode. In some plant, there are a specialized structure, in Nephrolepis hydathode is present. Such guttation takes place in such plants, or like these plants. This is about guttation. Then we discuss about exudation. Exudation is also loss of water in liquid form. But loss of water in liquid form from the injured part of the plant. And therefore, the scientific definition of such exudation is that loss of water in liquid form with dissolved substances from the injured part of the plant. From the injured part of the plant. If we make injury to plant and from there is loss of water in liquid form, this is called exudation. This phenomenon of such exudation is economically very important phenomenon. There are many examples of such exudation. Exudate sap of sugar maple plant yields sugar. When we injure the sugar maple plant, then there is loss of water in liquid form and it is used in production of sugar. Then toddy palm plant yield alcoholic drink called toddy. We know that when we injure such plant, then there is loss of water in liquid form, which is called, after fermentation, it is converted into alcoholic drink, and such alcoholic drink is called toddy. Understand? Or another example is that the latex which yield rubber exudate from rubber plant. When we injure the rubber plant, there is loss of latex from this part, and such latex is used for manufacturing of rubber. This is about exudation. In this way, we completed transpiration. To the next lecture, we will discuss about another topic such as nitrogen metabolism. To the next lecture, we will discuss about nitrogen metabolism. Thank you.